Hiya everyone, how you going? I'm Onita, how are you all? And today's video is one I'm a little excited yet nervous about because it is going to be my July TBR. But instead of doing it where I pick out the books I want to read, I've got these like little prompts and stuff because I want more variety, I want more diversity, I want to be I don't want to say spontaneous in my reading, but I just want to pick books like from these little envelopes that I have with all these prompts and stuff, put them in a mason jar, pick out a prompt and pick a book from that prompt. So if I were to pick out something like, oh, read a fantasy, I would pick out a fantasy book that I would want to read. You know, instead of being restrictive, I would have a bit more, I would have more freedom with the books I choose, is what I'm trying to say. So let's just get on with it. Before we get on to it, I just want to make a quick little note that whenever I pick something, I will not be putting it back into the prompt, like the genre prompt thing. I will just be putting it aside so I don't like repeat the same prompt. So it'll be a new prompt every time, and I will be doing 5 prompts. If I decide to read more, I can, but I do want to stick to the 5 prompts that I have picked because I do want to be reading 5 books a month. As of filming this little segment, this little bit right here, I have just done like picking at the prompts for the TBRs, and it will change. It won't just always be like this. I might actually make the size of these little bits of papers like bigger, that way I can write it myself. But it's not always going to be like this. It's just like a quick thing because I was really excited to do something like this where I pick it out of a jar. Sorry, another thing I forgot to mention, if I'm struggling to find a book to fit into a prompt, I can put 2 books in with the 1 prompt and then pick another prompt after that, or just like mood read, you know, pick up something else. Now I will take you back to when I picked out the prompt. God, this could either go 2 ways. I could sabotage myself or I could succeed. I'm just that nervous yet excited, you know? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. I'm so nervous. Go to series envelope. Ooh, okay. Now I've got quite a few books I want to read in this series envelope. Let's see if I pick the one that I should be reading. Or should I pick that one that I know which it is? And yep, okay. It's The Tower of Fools, the first book in the Hussite trilogy by Andrzej Sapkowski. For prompt 1, which came from the series envelope, The Tower of Fools by Andrzej Sapkowski. It is book 1 in the Hussite trilogy. It is a historical fiction fantasy. Bit of a big one. I think it's like around, what, 400 pages? Oh, just a little over 500, it's like 550 pages, right? This is the author from the Witcher series, and I have read the entirety of the Witcher series last year, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoy this author's writing. I think I really will enjoy this book. It's about Rainma of... I'm gonna butcher these names, I'm really sorry. Rainma of Boilawa, sometimes known as Rainovan, is a doctor, a magician, and according to some, a charlatan. Discovered in bed with the wife of a high-born knight, he must flee his normal life, but his journeys will lead him into a part of Europe which will be overtaken by chaos. Religious tension between Hussite and Catholic countries is threatening to turn into war, pursued not only by the affronted Sturza brothers bent on vengeance, but also by the Holy Inquisition with their strange mystical forces gathering in the shadows. Rainovan finds himself in the narrow the Tower of Fools. The Tower is an asylum for the mad, or for those who dare to think differently and challenge the prevailing order. But can Rainovan escape the tower and avoid being drawn into the conflict around him without losing his mind? Very interesting. I think it is still Polish. Not entirely sure, but this author is from Poland, so I'm assuming it does have some Polish history, some Polish influences. I was actually wondering if we were actually going to get this book because it does take quite a while for books from a foreign country to be translated, but when I found this book in a bookstore, I was really happy about it because I really like the Witcher series and I really wanted to continue on more with this author's work. So book 1. Prompt 1, off to a good start. Okay, now on for the second thing. Series continuation envelope. Ooh, okay. It's going actually pretty good so far. Oh, so excited. I'm hoping, because I already have 2 books written down that I want to read, and I'm hoping I'll pick one of them. I'd be so happy if I did. If not, that's okay. Because the series I've started, I'm actually very happy to continue with. Shake, shake. Oh my god, yes, it's Darkdawn! Yes, I'm so happy. Oh my god, yes! Oh baby, this is turning out to be a damn good TBR so far. Now, for a series continuation, you would have seen me absolutely flip my mind, like lose my mind over this book, because it is Darkdawn, Book 3 in the Nevernight Chronicles by Kristoff. I'm so beyond happy to be reading this, because the way Book 2 left off, I just wanted to pick up the 3rd one immediately. It follows Mia. She is 10 years old. She sees her father die in a most tragic way. She vows to seek vengeance upon the people that have killed her father by going to the Red Church. I think it's the Red Church. She becomes an assassin. She enlists to become an assassin in the Red Church to become, well, an assassin, like I keep saying, and to exact revenge, and to get revenge on these people that have killed her father. And oh my gosh, the magic system is really interesting, because Mia is a darken. She can control the shadows around her. She has shadow pets, and with the help of Mr. Kindly to help her in her quest for this vengeance that she's doing. Very heavily influenced on Italian history, especially the Book 2, which definitely involves more of the gladiator style, and I really loved that. This is the finale with the plot twists and turns that happened in. So yeah, the politics in Book 2, oh my god, the twists and turns. I had to pick up this. I really wanted to pick up the second one. I'm picking up the 3rd one. I'm so happy. Like, this turns out very, very well. This, oh god, I love the maps. Anyway, it's 480 pages. It looks a little bigger than it is, and it is hardcover. Look how pretty the actual hardcover is. It's got Mr. Kindly. Can you see that? Little Mr. Kindly on the front. I really, really love it. I do have the other 2 books in paperback. Do I care that the other 2 are in paperback and this one's in hardback? No, not really. So I'm very, very excited to read this damn bloody book. It's going so good so far. I'm so happy. Oh, okay. Next TBR prompt. Is that one? Yeah. Colors on covers envelope. Okay, okay. This is number 3. And for colors on covers, we have yellow. We've got little yellow. Okay, so I need to try and... This is going to be a tricky one. Okay. Good luck to me with that one. For colors on the cover, it was yellow. So yellow color on the cover of a book. I could have gone with the Tower of Fools. Could have gone with Darkdawn. I didn't realize that both of these had yellow on the cover until I picked them up, because a lot of books don't have yellow on the cover. It's a bit of a struggle, I'm not going to lie. But I was looking on other lists that I have made for the year on like books I think are going to be 5-star predictions and books that I must read in 2022. And I came up with The 10,000 Doors of January by Alix E. Harrow. I had heard good things about this book. I know it's very whimsical and stuff like that. And when it first came out, I picked it up at the bookstore and I read like a couple of pages of it, and it was definitely very whimsical, very beautifully written too. According to January Scholar, there's only one way to run away from your own story, and that's to sneak into someone else's. In a sprawling mansion filled with peculiar treasures, January Scholar is a curiosity herself. As the ward of the wealthy Mr. Locke, she feels little different from the artifacts that decorate the halls, carefully maintained, largely ignored, and utterly out of place. But her quiet existence is shattered when she tumbles across a strange book. A book that carries a sense of other worlds and tells a tale of secret doors, of love, adventure, and danger. Each page reveals more impossible truths about the world, and January discovers a story increasingly entwined with her own. I think it's Portal Fantasy. Ooh, it's in Vermont. Okay, I don't want to read any more. I believe, like I have said, it is Portal Fantasy. I know Alix E. Harrow is... I don't know if she's exactly a popular author, but I have heard her name like around the place within BookTube, within Bookstagram, yada da, and I'm very, very curious and excited to read this book. Number 4, recent purchase. Ooh, recent purchase is what it says. Look, I will eventually make these bigger. I'm sorry. Recent purchase. Yeah, I've got one. I do have one, and it's one that I'm actually quite eager to read. For recent purchase, we have The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. Vincent is a beautiful bartender at the exclusive Hotel Cayette when New York financier Jonathan Alcatis walks into the hotel and hands her his card. It is the beginning of their life together. That same night, a hooded figure scrawls a note on the windowed wall of the hotel. "Why don't you swallow broken glass?" Leon Prevent, a shipping executive, sees the words from the bar and is shaken to his core. When Alcatis' investment fund is revealed to be a Ponzi scheme, Leon loses his my gosh, I'm out of breath. Leon loses his retirement savings in the fallout, but Vincent seemingly walks away unscathed. Until a decade later, she disappears from the deck of one of Leon's ships. Ooh, interesting. I have heard that all of Emily St. John Mandel's books interconnect one way or another. I have read 2 books from this author previously, Station 11 and Sea of Tranquility. Love them both, so no doubt I will really love this. How big is the book? It doesn't tell. Oh, there it goes. 300, to be exact, 301. So I should be pretty crazy to get through this. Last one, number 5. Shake it up, shake it up. Genre envelope. Ooh. Oh, I didn't even grab one then. Nonfiction. Okay, I have nonfiction, definitely. And for nonfiction in the genre category envelope, I have several nonfiction books that I do have a bit of an interest in, but I do want to go through all my physical books on my bookshelves. And so I have picked up A Life on Our Planet by Sir David Attenborough. This is the book version of the Netflix kind of movie documentary miniseries. I think it's a documentary actually on Netflix, and it's about climate change, how we can do more, how the world is going to look like, and how it's going to be, what it's going to look like years to come when we don't take action now, or when we don't start taking action now, is what I should say. And if the documentary doesn't make you angry and upset, I don't know what will, because I thought the documentary was very well done. I have watched David Attenborough documentaries before, and I have really thoroughly enjoyed them. Like, we're a big David Attenborough fan in this household, we really are. And I've always been curious and just been wanting to pick up his books, and I'm actually going to do that this month. So that's really awesome. Oh, goodness me. This is it. It's pretty manageable, actually. I'm pretty excited about this. These 2 are the longer ones, and then I have an ebook, and then these 2, but it seems pretty manageable. I do think so. Oh my gosh, if it did not work out so beautifully, I don't know, like, this was a success. I do think this is such a success for me. Loved how it went. Very, very excited to be reading these books. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. What books are you planning on reading in the month of July? Have you read any of these books that I have mentioned? Have you liked them? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.